everyone, and happy Labor Day weekend. My name is Stephanie Diana Eubank. I'm a doctoral candidate at Concordia University of Chicago, and I teach operational management at Stan State University, along with lean operations and supply chain management. So I have been on hiatus for a little while working with Innovate as they work to update my website so that I can help promote the Wicked Bee of the West, both the YouTube channel and all of the services offered throughout my consulting. And while finishing up my dissertation research, I noticed something really interesting that came up. Part of my dissertation research includes the concept called the Apollo effect. The Apollo effect, in a nutshell, is basically where you have too many subject matter experts, especially in a remote paradigm, that all work together as a quote unquote team, but are not necessarily part of a team, because a team specifies as its definition a group that is moved towards the same goal. And what ends up happening when you have too many subject matter experts on one team is that they basically decide they're a sun god and stop aligning their uh, behaviors with the good of the team and are instead looking at the good of themselves. This being said, while researching those in the followership group who identified as followers non-management level remote workers, specified that their team didn't have a lot of subject matter experts and didn't consider themselves subject matter experts, even when they had worked upwards of 10 years in their field. Where the difference being my control group being those in leadership roles. And might I add, for this specific study, the followers and leaders didn't work within the same fields, did not work within the same companies. This is just across the board as a generality. But those in the leadership role felt that their teams were made of subject matter experts with little sprinklings of novice who are there to learn. And they defined those as people who worked 5 years or less within their field. So this was really fascinating because it shows a lack of transparency to those in a followership role to know that they are valued as subject matter experts based on the amount of years of experience that they have. But leaders, on the other hand, actually feel that their employees and team members are subject matter experts, and thus a lack of that growing into a Apollo effect concept in the remote paradigm, which is quite fascinating. Because prior to COVID, many remote teams were only made up of people who were subject matter experts and brought onto the team as such, where traditionally in in-person work, managers don't do that. And in this research, I found that leaders did not actually implement anything to do with team design, where those who were in a followership role also noticed that leaders did not do anything to really do that within team design to help them better work together cohesively. And this shows some clear lack of understanding from those in the leadership versus the followership roles, especially with regards to transparency on who the experts are. That's just a little taste of some of the interesting things that came out of my dissertation, which I'm happy to share and happy to work in my consulting arena towards sharing all of this bountiful knowledge and understanding of the workplace as we move towards a remote first preference that seems to be growing within the workforce, especially even those who prefer in person are screaming that they want hybrid. So, with that being said, that's what I have for you today. Enjoy that little piece of info. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend. And as always, remember, remote work, it's here to stay.